Yeah, a buck 80. Yeah, right. And a 69. Barn door aerodynamics. Whew. I'll show you some of my Dodges. Actually, I've got one Super B that I tuned. All of them. This one's actually got a lot of them too. Set this lap time. Yes, I did. I did drive it. And that was one car to a certain degree that was, don't drive your heroes. That was the way 60s race cars were. No brake booster. I can't remember if it was a 4-speed or a 5-speed. I think it was 4. Just that Hypo 289 with 306 horsepower. Yeah, it didn't weigh a lot, but it was cool to say I would have done. I did it. It'd be far more fun to have a Shelby clone, because then it might stop and you could do other things to it to make it a little bit more modern. Air conditioning, modern transmission, modern brakes, you know, but it was neat. It was real neat. You mean in that era? Is that what you mean by the GT500 of that time? Yeah, so 66, I think 67 was the first year of the GT500. I'd have to check on that to be 100% sure. You know that thing? So I think 67 was, but that was a, 1 second. GT500s had 428 Cobra jets in them, I believe. Or no, that was the like 69s. I think the first ones had 427, like the same high output 427s that you found in the Cobras from 64. But those were, so those 427s, they were nothing. I mean, they were neat. But like this motor, the 429, they had the semi-Hemi, which was a semi-hemispherical head. Thank you, LS guy. 67 was the first GT500. That's what I thought. 428 Cobra jets. Those Yeah, because then by 69, it was more or less, it was all Ford they had taken over. But Ford, the 67s were the only like real, because I think even by like 69, the like brake ducts that they had on the side weren't even punched through the body. Well, the 350 was Lee Iacocca desperately needed some way to sell Mustangs, and so he went to Shelby, even though he didn't really want to. And well, he did. Got to be able to sell that Secretary's car. That's what Shelby called it. And so he started racing with it. So no, they had the 2+2 and the 2+2 fastback. GT was really the GT350. That was the Shelby thing. GT was more a name that I think came about in this, with the Mustang 2s, whereas it was GT350, GT500. The 350 was something was 350 feet away from something else. I can't remember what it is right off the top of my head right now. 500 was just like, we wanted it to have 500 horsepower, though I think it had like way more than that, but I can't remember. It's all fuzzy, man. It's all fuzzy. So the Boss 351s, Boss 429s. Yeah, the Mach 1s. There's one in this game. Right there, 71 Mach 1. $351 in this. I don't know what gearing I've got. But anyways, there's that one. Yeah, it was something like that. I think you are correct, sir. That is, it sounds like the right thing. Yeah. Or 350 steps or something. It was ridiculous how they decided some of those names. I should take that. Bop, bop, bop. Come on, machine. Excuse me one sec. It would make more sense, but actually those Hypo 289s and those, I know for a fact, were rated at 306. Why a number like 306? I don't know, but they're also proud of numbers like 351 and 352 and, you know, things like that, so. $350 would make more sense, wouldn't it? But now, when you bought them from the dealer, 306 horsepower. Oh yeah, well, early 90s, there weren't really horsepower numbers. Over 300 horsepower was killing the game. Like, even my truck now is considered slow as dog, yes. Even with all its horsepower, supercharger, the whole nine. So, I mean, it is what it is. Things change over the years. Well, there was a lot of Japanese cars that their max was in the 250 to 275 range. American cars, hell. I think Mustangs, the Terminators, just the GTs, I think those were only 260 horsepower cars. Cobras were like 305 initially. LS4. So LS3 is 327. What was the LS4? Was that a 350? Well, 5.3 is 325. I got you. Everybody always referred to them as 327s, but that 5.3 is one of the best LSs ever. Those things are killer. Everything that I ever worked on, everything that had one of those 5.3 LSs just wouldn't quit. And I'm a Ford guy, but I got to give it up to an LS. What do you got them in? I saw it. Was that a picture of an SS on your profile? I got to know. Here, we'll grab this little Cosworth around here. And I bought this car used. I haven't driven it yet. Man, those supercharged Grand Prix were no slouches. The GTPs. Whoa, 6 liters got to be in the SS. Try that again. Yeah, the worst thing about them is the fact that they're front-wheel drive, which is the only thing, but I've seen them melt tires. Hey man, back in the day, the old Thunderbird SCs came with a supercharged 3.8 liter V6 that they underrated because they didn't want it to basically take top slot over the Mustang as far as horsepower goes. Yeah. Monte Carlos and such. I gotcha. But hey, front-wheel drive's got its own place. Everything's got its own place. My Volvos are, well, my one Volvo, I guess I don't have multiple anymore, but they've all been front-wheel drive, all the ones that I've had on the street. Nothing wrong with a GTO. You're talking about Holden Commodore. The SS is a Holden. No. I'm thinking Holden Monero is the 2-door. Commodore is the 4-door. Gotcha. Yeah.